This is the Gard 2270. It comes with this set key. It comes keyed to it, or at least this one did. So it also came with a change key and an operating key. So to reset the combination to the operating key, you put the set key in, turn it until you hear a click. All right, there's the click, and basically what that is all the gates are lined up and the bar dropping down into the gates. So now you can put in the change key, turn it about a quarter turn clockwise. Then you take the set key out, put in your new key, turn it as far as it will go clockwise, and then rotate back and remove the change key, and now it's rekeyed. So to rekey it, you do need the key that it's currently keyed to, although if you didn't have that, I don't know why you couldn't take the back off and just manually line up all the wheels and then use the change key. I didn't try that, but I don't know why it wouldn't work. So I'm gonna see if I can get this picked and try to explain what I do. Lock Noob, I did not realize it at the time when I bought this, but Lock Noob has a video on this lock where he explains it pretty well. I'm sure better than I will. So there's the new operating key. Then I was going to make a tensioner or a pick out of brass tubing. Basically just put a smaller piece inside a bigger tube and glue it or solder it and try to cut it out. But then I realized I could just buy a spare set key and grind out the tip out of that, which was a lot quicker, a lot easier, and basically the same price as buying brass rod. So that's basically where I ground the tip out. I was just following that line up and grinding that, and then cutting this back just a little bit past that cutout there. It's the warding bit, the nub and the lock, so that it will rotate around. Basically, you're just listening and feeling. There's false gates on these wheels, so I guess it could be a bit of a trial and error. But I think that after you get a couple of them set in the true gates, the false gates will become clear. But basically, what I'm looking for is to feel or hear rubbing, and then a click, and then another click. And I want to set the wheel in between the two clicks, because the click is the wheel making contact with the bar as it comes around, and then the rubbing is the wheel making contact with the bar, and the click is the bar dropping down into the gate, and then the other click is the bar hitting the other side of the gate and popping back up. If that makes sense. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. And then put tension downward tension on the pick to try to raise the wheel up so that it makes better contact with the bar. So I was going to put a microphone on this to make it a little clearer. Still might, but I don't know if you can hear that, but I can hear that. And now it's rubbing. bit of rub in there. And that's all the way. So it's rubbing there. And I get a click and a click. So rubbing, click, click. So I'm going to put it in between the two clicks. It's kind of hard to stay on it sometimes with having it at an angle. All right, I think I got that in between two clicks. It might be in a false gate. This one's very faint. I might have something in a false gate that was very quiet. Then you just got to work back through the wheels. It does take a little bit of force to move them, so you don't really have to worry about moving them, just trying to work it back through there. And then I'm going to grab all the way back, I'm going to grab the actuator wheel and turn it and see if I hear that same loud click that I did when I rekeyed it. Okay, I did not hear what I was wanting to hear, so I've got something wrong. That one's fairly obvious. That's definitely either in a true gate or a false gate. This first one is really quiet. So I hear some rub when I go counterclockwise. Then I move it back clockwise to the end of where that rubbing started. I don't really hear any clicks on that one. Okay, still got something wrong. I am pretty confident that that one is correct. The second one is a little bit louder now than it has been. That first one seems to be a little bit louder as well. Still pretty quiet though. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that last one. I think it is good. Pretty sure that one's good. Feel that one rubbing. Moved it down just a little bit. There we go. All right, so I think I had a couple of them maybe in false gates and just kind of keep working through it. I'm going to go ahead and realign these while I'm taking this out, because the wheels do not realign when you rotate this counterclockwise, obviously, because it's all cut out. All right. So I've taken the back cover off of this, but I've not gutted it. See how hard this is going to be to gut. So this is the cam wheel, I guess. I don't know what else to call it, but so that rotates around. It's rotating all the wheels as well, because this is the correct key. Whoop. And then that's that loud click I was looking for. Then it grabs the lever and retracts the bolt. If I take that out, that spring's going to come unwound. Trying to see if that spring will stay in place or if it is going to uncoil on me. Okay. That thing was going to uncoil. I don't think I was going to take it out. I guess that spring just goes in that hole right there. I need a smaller screwdriver. So there is the cam wheel. I don't know what you actually call it. It's what I'm calling it. Looks like maybe a spacer. So if you didn't have the correct if you didn't have the correct key, I guess you could just take this whole thing apart, but you can grab the holes there and line up all the gates and then just put the thing back together. And now all the gates are lined up. or just take it apart and put it back together that way. It's got a lot of grease on it. So these grooves here are for that change key. I did not pay attention when I took that out to see how that worked, but so you can see there is false gate here, 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 and here, and here, and here. So there's false gates all the way around that. But honestly, I don't know. I guess they could have made this cam wheel a little bit bigger diameter and then enlarged just the very outer edge of this casing. I don't know, in my mind that would have held this bar up higher so that when you angle the pick, the levers or the other wheels don't make contact with this bar. And it just seems like that would have taken away all the feedback and made this thing really difficult to pick. But maybe there's a reason they did not do that. All right, so that is the Gard 2270.